Hi, my name is Florian. Welcome to my video photo blog. In this photo blog I want to talk about the whole spectrum of photography. I want to talk about photographers in the first case, like the old guys like Ansel Adams, Edward Weston, Cartier-Bresson, Sheriff Edward Curtis, about those photographers who did this amazing black and white photography over decades. Let's see what we can find in their work, if we can find inspiration. Let's see what we can learn from those old guys. Let's see what we can, learn from the past. I also want to talk about photographers that are really amazing, successful right now, like over decades, like Mauro Testino, Peter Lindbergh, Bruce Weber, Paolo Rovesi, Ralph Macchio, Nick Knight, Craig McDean. There are so many photographers who do amazing work over decades. And let's look at their work. Let's try to get interviews. Let's look at their early work. Let's find inspiration in what they are doing. We also want to talk about ladies, and like Diane Arbus, Imogen Cunningham, Annie Leibovitz. I also want to talk about photo techniques. You really would learn to shoot here. I want to start right at the basics, how to take a picture at all. I want to discuss things like film versus digital. We're going to talk about lenses. We're going to talk about ink versus silver prints. There is a difference. I also want to talk about cameras, like from DSLR way up to 8x10 inch. So there is a difference in the way you work with a different camera. It's different, like people react to a different camera. So it's a difference if you have a DSLR or if you have an 8x10 inch camera. So a camera could be some kind of a weapon. So whatever you want, you choose the right weapon. If you want to shoot on a long range distance, the picture would be different than if you're really up close to your model or to your leaf or whatever you're shooting. I also want to talk about like war photographers like James Nachtwey, or let's talk about Robert Capa. Let's talk about guys like Sebastian Salgado, who did this amazing work and changed his life and stopped shooting what he was shooting and find a complete new inspiration. Amazing story about him. I also want to talk about people behind this complete photo process. Let's talk about like guys from Recam Art. They do this amazing post-processing, retouching, printing. I also want to talk about retouching at all. I think it's better to make a 90% picture and do like 10% in Photoshop than do a 10% picture and try to get the last 90% in Photoshop. So how to shoot a good picture and then just give the last 10%, the last sugar and salt in Photoshop. If you have a different opinion, let's discuss it. Perhaps you say, no, I don't care, I just shoot and then I'm the great Photoshop guy and I can make like an amazing picture out of crap. I think that's the wrong way, but yeah, we can talk about it. I also want to talk about nude photography, about this big range of nude photography. Nude photography could be so different, if you're Terry Richardson, or if you Peter Hegre, or if you take Andreas Bittersnich or Edward Weston, or if you take Irving Penn. All those people shoot nude people, but totally different, like the way like they present their nude people, like they present their own sexuality, like they present their own view onto those people. So that's a great range, and I think there's a lot of things we can discuss about nude photography. I want to also talk about your work. No matter what, if you work 50 years successful or if you're shooting for 5 days now, if you have passion for photography, if you love photography, if you want to learn or if you want to experience or if you want to teach us something, don't hesitate. Go on, send us your work, send us your website, let's talk about your work, let's discuss things, let's see what we can find in your work, what you haven't seen, or if you need help, perhaps we can help you and give you some guidance or ideas or inspiration. As you noticed, I'm not a native English speaker. Normally I would do it in German, but I decided to do it in English because I think the more people understand what we're talking about, the more influence we get, and the more interviews we can get, and the more we can push this whole photography thing and the whole blog into a new level. You know, it's about inspiration. It's about talking about photography, looking at photography, learning photography, and it's much easier when the community and the people that share your knowledge are bigger. And you know, English speaking community is much bigger than a German speaking community. So if you're German and you don't understand the word I'm saying right now, if there are enough people who like to hear it in German, I also would do it in German. But I started in English and I want to do it for a year. I want to post 1 to 2 videos a week, and then we can discuss it. I have a blog, I have a Facebook page, and you know, we can talk about photography there. We can figure things together out. Yeah, if you like it, please subscribe. Please stay tuned. Go out and shoot. Share your work with us. Have a good time. And yeah, the first video I want to start is the photographer that influenced me first. The first guy I really recognized, and the first video about a photographer will be about Edward Weston. This guy really kicked me off into photography. His work is really amazing, and yeah, I think we can learn so much from Edward Weston. Okay, so subscribe, stay tuned, have fun, and see you next time. Bye.